Hey there everyone, welcome and thanks so much for joining me. This is Heather Lloyd Martin and I'm CEO of SuccessWorks SEO Copywriting. Now last week we talked about some questions that you need to ask yourself if you think that you want to start a freelance copywriting business. And today I wanted to talk about how to do it, how to launch. And people typically launch one of two ways, so I wanted to discuss the pros and cons of each. Now, the first way that people will do it is they just take the plunge. They quit their job and they start their freelance copywriting business that next day. And this is the big fantasy of making that happen. I did this with my business. I was working for a company and I quit with $100 in my pocket and started my business a couple weeks later. And for me, it was successful. But I was also younger. I had fewer responsibilities and there was a lot more going on at the time to where it sort of stacked the odds in my favor. So for you, it might be a completely different concept. So the pros are definitely you can focus 100% on building your business. You don't need to worry about having one foot at working at a real job and one foot in your business. You can focus. Now the cons, and these are pretty heavy duty cons. The first one is you probably won't have a stable income for a while. So although you will read things that will say that you'll start making $20,000 in your first month, that is not a typical experience. In a lot of cases, people are losing money for a few months before they make a profit. Because on top of that, you're going to have expenses. You may need to buy a new computer. You will need a website. You'll need to contact an attorney, get business cards, all of those things that cost money, which we talked about in the last video. The third thing, it will take your time to build brand unless you're already established. So just because you're new on the market doesn't mean that everyone will be thinking, "Oh, I must work with him or her." It takes some time. And it can be highly risky if you don't have a financial safety net. Now, if you went through the questions last week and thought, okay, I've got money in the bank and I can ride on this for a while, cool. But if you're already feeling pretty tight, this might not be the best way to do it. Instead, you might want to have a real job and freelance in your free time. So the pros to this is that, of course, you've got that stable income, and that is wonderful. So even if your freelancing income goes up and down, you know that you're getting a paycheck every couple weeks. You can build your business gradually and with less stress. One of the hardest ways to build your business is when you are scared to death that you're going to be living under the bridge in a couple months because you don't have money to live. So this eliminates the stress and makes it easier for you because it is much less risky. Of course, there are the cons too. You will work long hours because you're going to work your real job during the day and then you're going to come home and handle client stuff at night. And it may be hard to communicate with clients. There may be some clients that you won't be able to work with because they'll need to have meetings during the time when you're working your real job. And finally, some employers won't let you freelance, and it's something to definitely check in with, especially if you are already writing content for your job. So although you might want to be sneaky and do it on the side and figure no one will find out, that's a huge risk because if someone finds out and you're violating company policy, you could be fired, and that's not in a place that you want to be. So the option you choose is up to you, and you really need to evaluate how much risk you can take, how much money you have in the bank, how long it's going to realistically get you up and running before you start making the income you need to make. But these are the two ways that I've seen people do it, and both ways can be highly successful for folks. So thank you very much, and if you want to learn more money about how to be a freelance copywriter and make more money without working so darn hard, you can get free advice if you zip an email to writeforincome@aweber.com. You might also want to check out the Copywriting Business Boot Camp at SEOcopywriting.com. I've gathered together 12 of the world's leading experts to help you figure out how to market your business successfully and make money. And also, if you have any questions, any comments on today's video, or just want to reach out and say hi, I'd love to hear from you. You can reach me at heather@SEOcopywriting.com or find me on Twitter at @HeatherLloyd. Thanks so much, everyone. Take care and have a great day.